Do people need gurus? Of course, we have to be careful with the meaning of that word and the reality of what's happening. Yes, in a sense, compared to what the work requires and the deep changes that are happening, people probably need a guide, because some of the stages of the process can be very, very confusing, very disturbing, also about what one discovers about oneself. So it's good to have a guide, but of course it's good to have the proper guide, someone who knows what he's talking about, who has experienced things, not just worked at the intellectual level. And so someone who has the right intentions, the good intentions, and work out of compassion. As we know, there are a lot of charlatans out there. Now, unfortunately, I like to say that there is what has become the business of spirituality, which is very trendy. So many people out there pretend to know what spirituality is, will guarantee you some kind of awakening or whatever. But it's a charlatanism, and one has to be careful. So, and yes, it's not easy to know, like anything else. Just like finding a good yoga teacher. Now that yoga is such a trend, and yoga teachers pop up everywhere after 1 month training. One pretends to be a yoga teacher when it's so much more than that. So it's it's hard to tell, and I don't know. One has to maybe be thorough with the research, by recommendations, words of mouth, and I mean somewhat, one could tell. But again, if you don't know really what you're talking about and you are at the beginning on the path, it's hard to know. So it's kind of a trial and errors, and hopefully find sooner a real guide. But for that kind of depth that the work requires, yes, it usually would require a good guide.